This demonstration we're going to look at how we can configure an automatically assigned IP address or a DHCP assigned address to a Windows 7 client. Now what I've got here is I've got this Windows 7 client, it's got a static IP address. Now I might be deploying quite a few of these Windows 7 devices, and the last thing I really want to do is to have to go to every single device and actually assign a static address where I would have to put in the IP address, subnet mask and default gateway. If we just come to a command prompt on this device and just have a look at the IP config, what we can see here, we have our IP address in place. We have our IP version 6 address in place. We'll just do a /all. And what we can see here, if we scroll up a little bit, we can see that DHCP enabled is actually no. So what we're going to do at this point here is we're going to configure this machine to obtain its IP address from our DHCP server on the network. So what we'll do, we'll just come into Control Panel. From Control Panel, the next thing we're going to do here, just go to Network and Internet. From here, Network and Sharing Center. And then from the Network and Sharing Center, change adapter settings onto the network card and into the properties. What we'll now do is come to Properties. We'll obtain an IP address automatically, and I'll also obtain my DNS server address automatically. Now what I could do at this point here is if I couldn't contact the DHCP server, I could put in a user configured IP address, or what I'm going to do here is just leave the automatic private IP address. This means that if we can't contact a DHCP server, I'll get an IP address of 169.254.something.something with a subnet mask of 255.255.0.0. So we'll click OK, click Close. Now what's happening is the machine is now contacting the DHCP server in order to obtain an IP address. Right, so just to verify we do have a automatically assigned IP address, we'll just come to the command prompt. From the command prompt, we'll type in IP config. What we can now see is the IP address has changed. It was 10.10.0.50 before. It's now changed to 10.10.10.2. We've got a subnet mask of 255.255.0.0. We're not getting the default gateway from the DHCP server. If we then do a /all, scroll up, what we can see here is we can now see that the IP address has indeed came from my DHCP server. Now by default, this machine will have the IP address for 8 days. And that's the end of this demonstration. Thanks very much.